Hey guys, welcome to this live show. I think some of you have already joined us. Just type in the chat like one or something so that I know that you guys are here. Welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. Let me just quickly check my TikTok. Alright, so we are live on TikTok and also on YouTube as well. Alright, so depending on where you are logged in from, alright, it is just tell me to tap the screen, guys. If you can see, you can hear me, you can see my screen as well. So we are live on like TikTok and also on YouTube. Okay, so welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any SG Singapore Stocks, right? So later what happens is that we'll go through just a very quick run through of the market, and I will go ahead to answer, do a quick analysis of the stocks that you guys are asking about, alright? So just go ahead to let me know what stock do you guys want. Okay, let's wait for more and more people to join, alright? I think slowly more and more of you are streaming in. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. So how many of you want me to go through like a quick run through of the market? Just type a M in the chat, guys, if you want me to cover the markets very quickly before we look at like the stocks that you guys want. Just type a M in the chat. So there should be a chat at the bottom on the right, depending on whether you're logged in on YouTube or Facebook. Good morning, alright, good morning. Just type in chat so that I can acknowledge you guys. Hi, good morning, 𝐒𝐿𝐤𝐬. Hi, good to see you here as well. Hi, Pink. Jimmy, good to see you here as well. Alright, so I think I can see your comments slowly coming in. Hi Hazel, good to see you as well. Hi Tik. Hi LK, join. Alright, awesome. Okay, so it seems like this is working, alright, because I'm using like a new platform whereby I can stream to both YouTube and TikTok at the same time. So forgive me if something goes wrong. I'm pretty new to all this as well, trying my best. Alright, Wilson, let's see, I think you are asking on YouTube as well, right? Why happened to sets, right? Why suddenly went up? Yeah, today we sent out a note on sets as well. Maybe we can cover sets as well, alright? So good morning, Dave. Good to see you here as well. Okay, so let's get started right now. Alright, let's take a look at the market right now, and then we'll dive into the stocks that you guys want. Just type in the chat. I'll do my best to cover, alright, as many stocks as possible, alright? Maybe like 30 seconds, one stock, and just and just move on as quickly as possible. And make sure you stay all the way to the end, because I think this live show will go on for about an hour or so, maybe up to like 11:30 to 12, alright? And at the end of this live show, after going through all your stocks, that's where I will share with you guys some of the stocks that is in my watch list, but you can potentially put it in your watch list as well for more upside. Alright, so let's dive into the markets. This is what we call the S&P, alright, 500 index. So you can see my screen, I think this is right on top on TikTok, alright? So this is S&P 500 index, and I've been talking about the market since like beginning of the year. We have actually turned into a pretty good bull market, right? A very strong uptrend. Each time we push up, alright, we break a resistance level, we consolidate higher, and we go up even higher. So this is the S&P 500 index. You see that over the past like 1 over month, we actually broke this very key resistance at about 5,670, right? 5670, 5650, right over here. We broke above it. You can see we stayed above it, and this resistance is now the support level, right? And over the past few weeks, we are consolidating. We came back down, retested, went up, alright, retested the 5,900, and that is where we are seeing some resistance, 5,900, right, for the S&P 500 index. So I think the market looks pretty good, right, in terms of the longer term uptrend. It is still intact just by looking at the 100 days moving average and the 200 days moving average. You can see both the red and blue line are pointing up. So for those of you who have just joined us, welcome, right, to this live show called Ask Me Any Stock. I'm pretty much talking about the S&P 500 index right now. Maybe you look at the STI in a bit, and we'll go through the stocks that you guys want, and that's where you can let me know your Singapore stocks, right? So you can see right over here, we are 5809, so I think it looks pretty okay still. Maybe you might see a bit of a profit taking. We are still respecting this 5,900 resistance for the S&P 500 index. So I think it looks okay if we can consolidate below for a while, maybe a few weeks, maybe 1 or 2 months, and then we break the 5,009. That's where the uptrend can push up to the next phase higher. Okay, audio issue. Are you guys able to hear me loud and clear? Let me just check to make sure that the sound is clear. Can you guys hear me? Just type Y for yes, guys, if you guys can hear me and everything seems to be working fine. Alright, I think some of you are saying that there's some audio issue, not too sure. Okay, let me just check my mic. Okay, I guess should be working fine. Echoing. That's echoing as well. bad echo. Oh, my apologies, guys. All right, so let me just see if I can just adjust this a little bit. Okay, I hope it is better. I've like just shifted out the volume a little bit lower. Hopefully you guys can hear me a little better. All right, so okay, let's move on right now, all right, to the next one. All right, thank you so much for those of you who have just joined us. Welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any SG Stock. So right now we have covered like the S&P 500 index. Maybe I'll just talk about the STI. So I think the market looks pretty bullish in the short term for the US market. For the S&P 500 index, maybe we are seeing a little bit of a consolidation in the short term. It might just move up and down from like 5,000, let's just say 5,700 to maybe about 5,009. So that is kind of like the range 5.7 to 5.9, and then we might just consolidate. This 20 days moving average, the green line can start to flatten out. All right, so I say consolidate. So if we break the 5,009, I think this green line will start to point up. That is where it will be to the new phase. All right, targets can be revised to 6,000 to maybe 6,200 for the S&P 500 index. All right, so let's take a look at maybe the STI very quickly. All right, so this is the Singapore's Straits Times Index. So since I would say 2 months back, we have seen SGARD better now. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. So apologies if I'm looking at like two screens because we are live on like YouTube and TikTok as well. So I can see some of the comments from YouTube, some of the comments from TikTok, all right, on my phone as well. All right, and do me a favor, guys, if you can like help to tap on the screen, give me some hearts or like, help us to reach out to more people. That would be really useful. Hi, Jared, good to see you here as well. Hi, 𝐒𝐤𝐤. KLY, what stock is this? This is the Straits Times Index right now. So I'm going to like just look at your comments. I think some of you are already typing about the stocks that you want. Hi, Americano, good to see you here as well. Okay, so this is the Straits Times Index, and you can see it's about 3590. So we have been in a pretty good uptrend, I would say, since like July, August. You can see we have saw this 100 days moving average crossing up above the 200 days moving average, and we broke this very key level. I talk about it in my YouTube videos as well, right around the 3,500. That is a very key level, right? 3,005 for the entire STI. We have stayed below this 3,005 for more than like 3-4 years, and finally somewhere in September, right, which is pretty much last month, we broke above the 3,005. Now it's 3,590, which is still above 3,005, right? So it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty bullish right now. Let me turn this to a support level, a green line. So I think the market for the STI looks pretty bullish. The uptrend is intact as long as we stay above that 3,500 level, right? Resistance wise, maybe a bit of resistance around the 3,650, right? 3,650 for the past like 3-4 weeks. Seems like there's some selling over there. Maybe we might have found a higher support around 3,550. So 3,005 is a psychological support level that we need to stay above. But over the past like 2-3 weeks, it seems like a higher support have came out around that 3,550. So I think that's the range, right? That's the range. You can see 20 days moving average line. It was like up. Now it is starting to flatten out, right? Starting to flatten out. It just shows that we are in a bit of a short-term consolidation, right? Short-term consolidation for the STI. So that is the range from 3,550 all the way to 3,650. That's like 100 points, right? 100 points range for the STI. Okay, very good. So that is kind of like the market. Let me go into cover the Singapore stocks that you guys want. Just go to type in the chat now. All right, type in the chat right now. Just go through very quickly, right? Just one stock. Maybe I take like 30 seconds. I'll try to pick the one that's most popular. All right, for those of you who are just joining us, welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any Stocks, right? So let me go ahead to see. All right. Okay, so go to type in the chat, guys. If you have any stocks that you want me to do a quick analysis, I think TikTok, you're saying RE4. Let's go to cover that. So just type in the chat. I'll just try to cover as quickly as possible. Okay, Keppel, let me see. Hi, Jared, talking about 𝐒𝐤𝐤, Kasifong, Hong Leong, Asia, Bull State, 𝐒𝐢𝐯𝐷, Prafu 𝐒𝐤𝐤 as well. Food Empire, wow, so many guys. So I'll do my best, guys. I'll do my best to cover as many as possible. So let's just go on very quickly, all right? As I cover it, I'll just try to pick the one that's most popular, maybe stocks that are already in my watch list. Maybe like Centurian, quick one, right? Centurian, where is it, right? Centurian, one of the stocks that we like as well. Who is asking about Centurian? JJ, let's take a look at Centurian. Okay, so this is Centurian. One of the stocks that we like, I would say, since the beginning of the year. It has been in a pretty firm and steady uptrend, right? Firm and steady uptrend. You can see that we have been in an uptrend in the longer term since like May. 100 days moving average has crossed up above the 200 days moving average, right? And green line, the short-term trend, was also slightly sloping up, right? We consolidate and start to push higher, consolidate and push higher. And over the past like 1 month, we have actually broken this 80 cents, right? We broke this 80 cents resistance, which is now the new support level. So you can see right now, over the past 2 weeks, we are consolidating, all right, in the short term, from like 80 cents to maybe around 0.88. So I think it looks pretty good, right? One of the stocks that we covered, all right, for those of you who are clients of mine in Philips Securities, all right, that's where we actually shared this stock a couple of months back. There was a few follow-up messages, all right, and I think it looks pretty good. Uptrend is intact. Anything above that 80 cents, it still looks, in a very bullish state, all right. And if we were to break maybe the 88 cents, so there's some resistance here, somewhere around that 88. I think if we can break 88 cents, upside targets can be revised even higher. Let's see where we can hit to, right? So I think upside targets after the 88 cents will be all the way to maybe the $1. So this is Centurion, right? I think you can put this stock in your watch list. One of the very steady and firm trending stock in the Singapore market, and we have shared it to VIP clients of mine in Philips Securities. So for those of you who are already a client, you are probably receiving our ideas by WhatsApp daily. If you are not yet a VIP client of mine in Philips Securities, go ahead to, if you're on TikTok, go to my link in bio, click on it. I think there'll be a button right there to find out how you can become a VIP client of mine in Philips Securities to get some of those ideas for free. All right, you do not pay anything more, guys. You do not pay anything more. It's pretty much the same as whatever you pay when you're trading, all right? But we do add some value, right? Value-added services to our clients for free and no additional cost, all right? And that's where we share some updates, ideas, videos much faster to our clients, right? So check it out, the link in bio, or if you're on my YouTube as well, just go to click on the subscribe. I think the link should be somewhere around my YouTube video as well, all right? Okay, so let's move on. This is a Centurion. Let me go ahead to cover the next stock. Let's see, right? 𝐒𝐡𝐶. Let's take a look at 𝐒𝐡𝐶. All right, I think some of you are asking about 𝐒𝐡𝐶. Let's see 𝐒𝐡𝐶. We have Eric KG asking about 𝐒𝐡𝐶 as well. All right, I'm just going through the chat, guys. So if you have any stock, just type in the chat. I'll just try to pick, right? So 𝐒𝐡𝐶 Limited, where is it? Right over here. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is 𝐒𝐡𝐶 Limited, right? This stock has actually came to my watch list, I would say, over the past 1-2 months, because there are some signs of the uptrend slowly forming, right? We not like confirmed yet, but it is starting to form, all right? We have seen signs of it breaking some of the key resistance level, and not only that, all right, we have also seen what we call the trend indicators in terms of the moving averages starting to turn up. So if you look at 𝐒𝐡𝐶, you can see that since last year, right, in 2023, right, we actually were in a downtrend just by looking at the longer term moving averages, right? The 100 days red line was crossed down below the blue line. So right below the blue, you can see down. In fact, we can also draw this downward sloping channel resistance line. So if you ask me last year, anytime we are below this red line, don't want to buy, because we can go down and down and down. You don't know how low it can go, right? But only, you can see right over here, over the past 1 month, we have broken above the channel resistance. All right, that's number one. Number two, there are some signs of the 100 days moving average. You can see the red and the blue line. There are some signs of it starting to cross one another in terms of the upside direction. So if we see, all right, it hasn't happened yet, but let's just assume it does happen. Let's assume that this red line right now is like slowly sloping up and it slowly moves up, right? So this is like the 100 days moving average. So let me just remove this channel resistance line, right? And the blue line, right over here, right now is still kind of like flattening out, but eventually if it flattens out and it crosses and starts to point up, something like this right over here, right? So when we were to see, right, the 100 days moving average line cross above the red, above the blue, like how the red went below the blue previously last year, right? If this were to happen, right, that would be where we can get a confirmation in terms of the uptrend, right, really firming up for 𝐒𝐡𝐶, and we can really start to see the reversal in the longer term, right, 2-3 months, 5 months, up to maybe even in 2025 as well. So we need a bit more confirmation, but so far it looks good, right? It looks like this can happen soon, right? I think if you can stay above the support around the 195, so I think 195 was a little bit of a resistance, about $2, but 195 was a bit of a resistance level right over here. All right, 195 resistance level, resistance, we broke over it, and past 2-3 weeks, it seems like we're holding above the 195. All right, so I think that is kind of like the support level. If you can stay above 195, great. Eventually, the longer term moving averages will start to point up, and we might slowly start to see that reversal from 195 maybe all the way to like 220 first. Right, so this could be the start of a reversal. We just need a bit more confirmation, more time to play out. But so far, you can see that the 20 days moving average line, this green line, has been sloping up, right? It is still sloping up, so I think the short-term trend looks okay as well for now. All right, so that is for 𝐒𝐡𝐶, right? So we have covered like Centurian, now we have covered like 𝐒𝐡𝐶, right? Just two stocks. Let me move on to the next one. Let me go to look at our chat. 𝐒𝐿𝐲𝐬, let's see, right? Genting Singapore, let's see, Genting Singapore, where is it? Okay, let's take a look at Genting Sing. So this is Genting Singapore, right? Genting Singapore, 0.825. What do you guys think about Genting Sing? Well, I would say that Genting Sing looks to be a bit of a downtrend, all right? Just by looking at what we call the past 1 over year prices in terms of the longer term, you can see that we have been forming what we call lower highs, right? So this is like the high, the high, the high, all right? So the highs have gone a little bit lower, all right? So in terms of the longer term, a bit of a downtrend, We can also draw this downward sloping, you can see this downward sloping channel resistance line. So it just looks a bit more bearish for now, all right? Just looking at the lower highs, and also in terms of the moving averages, the 100 days moving average, right? The red and the blue line, you can see the red and blue line, they are kind of like, red is below the blue, both of them pointing down, so still some signs of a downtrend in the longer term, and we have been kept below this very key resistance level. I think somewhere around the 90 cents. This is the level to watch. 90 cents. It seems like we are not able to get above it for the past like 6 to 7 months, right? We touch it, came back down, all right, came back down. In fact, just 2 weeks back, we touched it, came back down. So 90 cents would be a very key resistance level. We need to definitely break the 90 cents for more upside to happen, right? But right now, I think it just looks a bit weak below 90 cents. Support-wise, maybe we might have found some support around here, right? That would be the 0.78 to 0.77, you can see. Right over here, that is where we have rebounded since September last year. For more than a year, we have rebounded from that 0.77 to 0.76. So I think that is the range. It seems like we are making our way down over there, all right, making our way down over there. So, you know, hopefully we can see a bit of a rebound from there again, all right? But I think that's the range, right, from 77 to 90 cents. So I think if you want to try to get in on dips, try to get in near the support level. You don't want to rush right now, because now it seems like we are seeing a bit of a weakness. And the 20 days moving average line, you can see, like the 20 days moving average line, this green line, it was sloping down, and then started to point up, and we saw the reversal, right, in the short term. But right now, look at the 20 days moving average, the green line. You can see that it is starting to slope down. So, you know, with this 20 days moving average line sloping down, it just means that the short-term trend is down. We don't want to buy. Maybe wait for it to, you know, exhibit what we call like a reversal. Something like over here. Can you see it right over here? Let me just highlight it for you. Yeah, right over here, right? So when the 20 days moving average line start to reverse back up, price above it, maybe right near the support level around 77 to 78, that could lead that rebound, right, all the way back up to 90 cents. All right, so this for Genting Sing. I think in the longer term, it looks a little bit weak, but in the short term, we are just moving up and down this range from 77 maybe to 90 cents, try to get in maybe near the support if you're to see some signs of the short-term trend reversal. All right, Ken, so that is Genting Sing. Let me move on. So I'll try to cover as many as possible, guys. So just type in the chat, all right? My apologies if I cannot cover all of it. But let's see, we have on YouTube, we have City Dev as well. City Dev AZ 𝐒𝐸𝐯, you're asking about AZ Tech Global. Okay, let's go AZ Tech Global. Aztec Global, is it? Okay, Aztec. Let me see, what is the name? Okay, let me just, I think we have it on our watch list. Let's see, right? Aztec Global. Okay, this is Aztec Global. Okay, so this is 𝐒𝐸𝐯 from YouTube. You're asking about Aztec Global. Not too bad, right? Actually, this is one of the stocks in our watch list. You can see that I've drawn some analysis already. And over the past like 4 or 5 months, you can see that we have been forming what we call higher lows, right? You can put this stock in your watch list, guys. One of the tech stocks that has been now watched this longer term uptrend intact just by looking at the red and the blue line. All right, red above the blue, both pointing up. So longer the uptrend has been intact since the beginning of the year, right? And in terms of the short term, we are seeing a bit of a resistance at about 1.05, right? $1.05. So $1.05, that is kind of like where we are seeing some selling. But I think I've set my alert, so if you were to break like 105, it goes to 106, 107, 108. Upside targets can be revised maybe all the way to like 110 to 120. So this is STI Global, AZTECH, STI Global. Not too bad. One of the stocks in my watch list. I think you can put it in your watch list as well. Let me just write it down. All right, STI Global, you can watch this stock as well. All right. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining us, all right, welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any Stocks. I've covered like a quick run through of the markets, the S&P 500 index, even the STI, and I've covered some of the Singapore stocks that you guys were asking about. We only have covered 4. I'll try to my best to cover more and more. So we have covered like Centurian, Genting Singapore. This is the 4th one, STI Global. Let me know if you have any stocks that you want in the chat. I'll go to cover it, right? Okay, let's see. Next one, Geo Energy, all right? Geo Energy, TikTok. All right, some of you, the names on TikTok is like a bit funny, all right? So Geo Energy, let's see right over here. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so this is Geo Energy. I would say some signs of weakness already, some signs of weakness in terms of the longer term, because we have seen it broke some of the key support level, like the 0.32. So 0.32 used to be like a support. We have held above it since the beginning of the year, all right? But you can see somewhere in April, we broke down 0.32, came back up, retested and came down. So 0.32 will be a very key resistance level. As long as we stay below 0.32 for Geo Energy Resource, I think this stock is pretty much I would say maybe a bit of a downtrend to a sideways for now. All right, some support maybe around 0.24 right over here. Right, yeah, maybe about 0.24. We're seeing a bit of a support, but that is the range. So 0.24 to 0.32, you know, we are just moving up and down this range. We are in the middle right now at about 0.28, so nothing much. I think if we were to hit to near 0.30 to 32 again, I think that's potentially where some selling can happen. So if you want to take some profit, then you can take some profit above like, you know, 2930 to 32 right over here. I think that's where some selling can come back again, right? So this is Geo Energy, right? Geo Energy Resource. Who is asking about it? All right, let's see. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. OCBC. Wow, you're like spamming this OCBC, right? Who is this? Right? Just type one time, guys. I'll do my best to cover as many as possible. But let's take a look at OCBC right now. OCBC. Let's see, right? OCBC Bank. Okay, this is OCBC Bank, all right, not too bad, right? One of the banks that I like as well in the Singapore market. So we have like DBS, OCBC, 𝐒𝐡𝐶, you're asking about DBS as well, SIA as well, maybe I'll try to cover that. But let's take a look at OCBC right now. So I think for OCBC, we have found some pretty good support, around the $15 to $14.80. You can see we have broken this resistance right over here. That was in July. It was tested, came back down, and somewhere last month we broke above the $14. Let's just say $14.80, right? $14.80. That was a resistance. It became a support right now. So a couple of a bullish candle. You can see retested, respected the $14.80, rebounded back up. So not too bad. I think it looks quite good. The longer term uptrend is intact. As long as we stay above the $14.80 to maybe $15, OCBC looks to be a pretty good uptrend still, right? Resistance wise, let's go to draw it. I think maybe right over here, $15.70. So you can see we touched, came back down last month. Past few days, it seems like we are nearing it, and then some selling pressure is coming back. So I think the range is quite clearly from about $14.80 to about $15.70. So that's the range. I think it's just moving sideways. In the short term, you can see the 20 days moving average line has also started to flatten out. So from moving up, this green line started to flatten out. So just a bit of a sideways consolidation in the short term. Longer term uptrend is intact, right? Just by looking at the red and the blue line, all right? So red above the blue, 100 days pointing up, above the 200 days moving average line, blue line also pointing up. So longer term uptrend is intact. All right, okay, so let me move on to the next one. So this time in the chat, guys, if any, I think we have like more than 100 of you joining us on TikTok. I think on YouTube we have like more than 60 of you as well. All right, so I'm live on TikTok and YouTube, guys, so forgive me if I'm looking all over the place, all right, because I'm looking at the chat messages from both sides. But let's see, all right. Manira, Q&M Dental. Let's take a look at Q&M Dental. Q&M Dental, right over here. Okay, so this is Q&M Dental. Okay, first thing first, guys, you want to put a star, all right, put a star on this stock. So this is one of the stocks that I've actually shared with clients of mine in Phillip Securities. So as I mentioned, right, for those of you who are actually clients of mine in Phillip Securities, you are getting our top ideas updates by WhatsApp daily, or for free at no additional cost. So Q&M Dental was one of the stocks that came to our watch list, and we have sent out to clients as well. So if you're not yet a VIP client of mine in Phillip Securities, check it out. The link's right below the video. On TikTok, you can click on the link in bio, all right? Click on the button to find out more, and that's where you can get some of those ideas for free, much faster by WhatsApp, right? So why do I like Q&M Dental, right? Who is the one asking about it? Manira, you're asking about Q&M Dental. So let's take a look at Thanks, Manira. Awesome. All right, so Q&M Dental, you can see it is 0.31 right now. So why do I like it? Well, if you ask me for Q&M Dental, right, like last month or last year, I would say probably not buy. Why? Because you can see that this stock has been in a downtrend, right? It's been in a downtrend just by looking at this lower highs, right? We can actually even draw what we call a downward sloping channel resistance line right over here. So it's a bit of a downtrend below this line. It just looks weak, right? In terms of the moving averages as well, you can see the red and the blue somewhere over here, right? Since 2022, right? About almost 2 years back, the red is close below the blue, red pointing down, blue pointing down, right? Downtrend in the longer term. So we try not to buy when the trend is down in the longer term. Does it make sense, guys? Because you have no idea how low it can go. I mean, it went from like 56, it went to like 45, and then some people think it's cheap, right? You go and buy. And then it went to 40 cents, you think it's cheap, you go and buy. All right, and then it went to 32, you think it's cheap, you go and buy. All right, and then it went to like what, 20%. So if you're like buying all the way down, don't do that, right? Don't buy a stock that is in the downtrend. We want to focus on stocks that is showing some signs of a reversal, or a stock that is in an uptrend, like an OCBC, right? That is strong, that is, has potential to push higher. We want to focus on stocks like this, right? So just a little bit of the strategy part as well, right? So don't buy stocks which are just like hitting down and down every other day or every other month, right? Don't do that, okay? So let's move on to Q&M Dental. You can see that we have been in a downtrend since last year, but over the past, I would say 1 over a month, there are some signs of the trend turning up. So now I can draw an upward sloping channel support line. You can see right over here, it started to form what we call higher lows, So that's the first sign of the uptrend potentially forming, all right? And also in terms of the moving averages, look at the red and blue line, right? So I mentioned that the red and blue both pointing down, right? But in July, right over here, the red 100 days moving average line has crossed up above the blue line. So there are some signs of the uptrend forming already, right? So that's another second confirmation. The third confirmation would be right over here. If you can see, right, we will actually consolidating below this 0.26 resistance, right, since September last year. Look at it, right, came down, but finally in July we went above. So signs of the uptrend forming in terms of the moving averages. We broke above a very key resistance, the 0.26 level. So that's where this level would be a new support level. So let me just turn it to green in color, because there's a support level, and you can see, right, we actually held above this new support level, all right, and started to consolidate, and right now we are seeing some sign of strength. We have broken above this resistance level at about that 30 cents. So it was like consolidating from like 0.26 to 0.30, and over the past few days, it seems like we have breached the 30 cents psychological resistance level. So not too bad. I think if you can hold above that, 2.8 to maybe even 30 cents support level, that is where potentially, right, it could be the beginning of the uptrend. We could potentially hit higher, maybe all the way to around 0.36, right? 0.36. Why 0.36? Well, 0.36 is where we have seen some selling previously as well, right over here as well. So that was in 2022, all right, a bit of resistance, and we came down. So potentially we might hit to there, and then some profit taking might come back again. So 30 cents all the way to like 35 to 36. I think that's potentially the upside targets, as long as we stay above that 30 cents or maybe even that 0.28 support level. All right, so this Q&N Dental. All right, so I hope Manira, you got this stock already, and maybe those of you who are asking about it. Let's take a look at the next one. So we are covering like the Singapore market today, guys. For US market, maybe we'll do another live show. I try to go live maybe every like 2 to 3 weeks or maybe up to a month. All right, we try to find time to do this just to add more value to you guys. All right, and let's move on to the next stock. All right, okay, let's see. Hey guys, do me a favor, right? If you have not yet followed this TikTok channel, all right, go ahead to follow. That there should be a plus follow button at the top, right? Just click on follow. Just do me a favor, guys. Just click on follow so that when we go live in the future, you will not miss out, right? Just click on follow right at the top there, right? Click on it right over there. Yeah, just tap on the screen. Give me some hearts and like as well, guys. That would be really helpful. That would really help out the channel. All right, follow. Thank you, Shiraz. Hi, 𝐒𝐤𝐤. Good to see you here as well. Hi, Lawrence. Okay, thanks for joining. Hi. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Waitong Mok Samudra Shipping. Let's take a look at Samudra Shipping. Okay, Samudra Shipping. All right, let's take a look at it. Okay, so this is Samudra Shipping. All right, so there are two shipping plays which I look at. One is 𝐒𝐻𝐯𝐤𝐬 YZJ Shipbuilding. All right, compared to Samudra Shipping, I think 𝐻𝐯𝐤𝐬 is a bit more stronger for now. Samudra used to look good, but we actually broke certain support level, like the 92 cents. I think there's some news that came out. All right, and over the past, okay, let me just go to redraw this. So over the past, like I would say 2 to 3 months, we found some support, maybe around that 76 to 77 level. You can see some support came out. Rebounded. All right, so there are some signs of stability as well. I would say over the past 2 months, right, past 2 to 3 months, 76, 77 is like a support right now. And let's just see, right? So short term wise, we are starting to see a bit of a rebound in terms of the 20 days moving average line, starting to like turn up as well. So I think if you want to get in, maybe you can try to get in near that 76 to 77 support. I think that would be a much better entry, because right now you can see we are maybe seeing a bit of profit taking. We might be slowly pushing back down towards this level. So that is the support level whereby you could time your entry right over here. So I think for Samudra Shipping, in terms of the uptrend in the short term, we are seeing some signs of a reversal. In terms of the longer term, right, in terms of the longer term trend, I would say that unfortunately, right, because we have broken a very key support level right over here, the 92 cents, we went to like 106, retraced back down, we broke 92, but there are some signs of the longer term trend slightly turning down. Why? Because you can see, right, the red and the blue line, you can see the red is slightly sloping down. Red is still above the blue, but the red one is slightly sloping down. So we need a bit more confirmation to tell whether it is like a downtrend in longer term. If the red were to cross down below the blue line, then not so good. That's where we might have turned into a longer term downtrend. But thankfully right now, I think some support is coming back in short term from 76 all the way to 80 cents. Okay, so that's for Samudra Shipping. Okay, let's go on to YouTube. Yen Chan, let's see, right? Yen Chan, you have so many. Keppel REIT, Capital Land, DBS, UOB, Parkway Life REIT. All right, Susan, hi, Comfort Delgro as well. Okay, let me just go to look at the chat messages as well. All right. Okay, I think UOB, some of you are asking about UOB as well. Let me just cover like UOB very quickly. Where is UOB? Let's see, right? UOB Bank, right over here. Let's take a look at UOB right now. Okay, so this is UOB, right? Something like OCBC, I would say pretty strong uptrend since like beginning of the year, all right? Longer term trend, 100 days moving average above the 200 days moving average, all right? And let's see, we have been forming what we call higher lows as well, just by looking at the prices. This was the support became higher as well, and now we might have found another higher support as well. So not too bad in terms of the longer term trend. Let's take a look at where we have seen some selling over the past 1 over month. So I think we might have seen a bit of resistance right over here around that $33.40. Let's just put $33.50. I think that's where we are seeing a bit of a selling coming back for UOB. All right, support wise, let's take a look. Right, it used to be like about $31. That was when we broke above 31. You can see went all the way, came back down. So $31 would be a pretty strong support level, but seems like another support have came out around 31.50. All right, so I think that was where we have rebounded from. So I think the range is about 31.50 to 33.50. Does it make sense, guys? All right, so that is kind of like the $2 range, 31.50 to $32.50. So yeah, I can see it is just pretty much moving sideways for now in this range. The short-term 20 days moving average line, the green line, you can see, right? Was like down, 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 started to point up, 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 and now it is starting to flatten now, right? It just means that we are in a sideways consolidation in the short term, while the longer term trend is up. So I think it looks okay. So I know when the longer term trend is up, all right, we want to try to get in when at least we are in a short-term consolidation, not when the 20 days moving average line is pointing out, like over here, right? If you see like the longer term trend is up and the 20 days moving average line, this green line is pointing down, then you want to be careful first. You want to wait, right? You want to wait until the green line maybe start to flatten out and maybe start to point up, and that's where you can think about getting in. Does it make sense? All right. Or when the longer term trend is up, right, you can think about getting in if we are in a short-term consolidation, all right, near a support level, and when the 20 days moving average, this green line, is not pointing down, all right, because if it's pointing down, it means the short-term trend is down. We don't want to get in when the short-term trend is down. We want to only get in when the short-term trend is sideways or up. Does it make sense? All right, so when that happens, that's where you could time your entry to get in maybe near the support level. So I think anything like 31.50 to 32, if it does dip a little bit to here, I think that's potentially where some bargain hunting can come back again, right over here. I'm not too sure whether it will go down for you to buy, but I think anything like, right over here from 31.50, 31.70, 32, 32.10, and right, I think those who have got in last week, good, all right, or 1-2 weeks back, that's where we have seen a bit of a rebound already. All right, okay, so that's for UOB. All right, Yen, okay, I hope that I've covered your stock as well, and 𝐒𝐡𝐨𝐰 as well. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So I think, guys, we are seeing a lot of stocks in the chat, so go type in the chat. I'll just do my best to cover as many as possible. So those of you who are just joining us, welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any SG Stock. I think we've covered like more than 10 stocks already, right? And stay all the way to the end, and after that, that's where I will also go through 1 or 2 stocks that I like in my watch list. All right, so let me move on to the next one. Let's see. Kasifong, Hong Leong Asia. Let's take a look. Hong Leong Asia, Kasifong. Let's take a look. Hong Leong Asia, where is it? Here. Okay, not too bad. All right, not too bad. I think this stock, I think, you see that I've drawn some lines, so it's a stock in my watch list. Let's take a look at it. We might have found some support, I think around that 84 to 85 cents. Right, 84 to 85 cents, not too bad. There are some upside targets that can be joined. You can see longer term uptrend is intact. So these are stocks that we want to be focusing on. All right, and it looks like we are attempting to push higher, maybe a bit of resistance around that. Let's see, right, 90 cents. Yeah, I think 90 cents would be where we are seeing a bit of a selling, all right, pressure coming back. So range is about maybe 84, 85 cents. Right over here, if I just put 85 cents, I think, yeah, that would be the range, right? 85 to 90 cents is the 5 cents range. We are pretty much moving sideways for now from 85 to 90 cents. And of course, if we were to break that 90 cents, right? So you can see I've set my alerts. Maybe let me just set another alert right here at 905 or 91 as well. If you were to break that 90 cents, go to 91, 90.05, 92, upside targets can be raised maybe all the way to that $1. All right, so longer term uptrend intact. In the short term, it's like a bit of a consolidation. I think it looks pretty good still. If you can break above the 90 cents, I think that's where we can see the next phase of upside. All right, to $1. All right, so this is Hong Leong Asia, right? Hong Leong Asia. Who is asking about it? All right, Kasifong. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, awesome. Let's move on to the next one. Wing Choy. So I'll try to cover as many as possible, guys. Let me do my best, right? Let's see. Wing Choy Low, Mermaid. Let's take a look at Mermaid. So very quickly, I try to spend like less than 30 seconds or maybe less than a minute for one stock, right? So this is Mermaid. What do you guys think? Okay, I think for Mermaid, it looks a little bit more volatile. Look at these guys. We have like shot up from in March from like 10 cents to 24 cents. Hit this resistance at 24 cents. 20 days moving average. Look at this, right? So guys, as I mentioned just now, right, just a little bit of the strategy part as well. If you were to see the 20 days moving average, this green line, all right, it was like up, flat, up, right? And if it starts to point down, right, please, maybe get out or something, right? Don't like hold it all the way down, please, because that is where we can see some signs of weakness in terms of the short-term trend turning down. So look at this, right? We broke certain support level. We broke 20 cents. The green line point down, and it went from like 20 cents all the way to like 12 cents. Right? So don't buy, especially when you see the 20 days moving average line pointing down. We only can think about buying when it starts to reverse back. Like over here. Can you see, guys? When it starts to reverse back out or maybe flatten out, that's where you can think about getting, because there's some signs of the short-term trend turning up, right? So that is key. Of course, the longer-term trend is up as well. That is even better, all right? Okay, let's take a look at it right now. So you can see for Mermaid, I think the longer-term trend is slightly up, but it's a little bit more volatile in the short-term. Is up, down. So we want to make sure we don't want to rush. I think we want to make sure that we enter only when the short-term trend is up, all right? So 20 days moving average line, right over here, it has already turned up in September. Right now, I think the 20 days moving average line slightly pointing up still, right? Slightly pointing up. Let me just go to zoom it for you. Yeah, I can see, right? The 20 days moving average line slightly pointing up, maybe flattening out a little bit, right? But it seems like we have found some support, maybe around this level, the 16 cents, 0.160. So I think that is the range, 0.160, maybe all the way to that 19 cents, right over here. I think that's where we could see a bit of a resistance. So 16 to 19 cents, right over here, 160 to 0.190. So like a 15-16% upside. So you want to try to get in, maybe try to get in near 16 cents. But just take note, guys, you want to have a plan as well, because this is a little bit more volatile. All right, so if the 16 cents were to break down, we were to go below the 16 cents, we go to like 0.158, 157, 156, below 16 cents, right? Then not so good. That is where potentially the short term we might start to see a retracement back down again. All right, so just take note. You want to have a plan, especially for this type of more volatile stocks, right? We might maybe hit all the way back towards the 12 cents support level again, right? If the 16 cents were to break, I'm not saying that it will break down, right? But if it were to break down below 16 cents, that is where we could see some short-term weakness. Right? But overall, I think it looks quite good. If you can hold above 16 cents, I think Mermaid Maritime looks pretty good. So this is Mermaid Maritime, right? Who's asking about it? Mermaid Maritime? Choy, all right, Choy low. Okay, good. So I covered it. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, Food Empire, Ping. Let's take a look at Ping. Food Empire. Yep. Why I typed Ping there, sorry. Food Empire. Okay, where is it? Food Empire, where is it? Okay, Singapore, Food Empire. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is Food Empire, one of the top stocks that we were actually in my watch list, since the beginning of last year. All right, since the beginning of last year, you can see that we actually traded all the way from like 50 cents, 60, 70, 80, right, all the way up to like $1.30 over cents. And that is where there were some signs of the trend turning down, right? Just by looking at the 20 days moving average line, you can see, right, this green line started to slope down, right over here. So as I mentioned, right, even though the longer term trend is up, but if you were to see signs of the short term trend turning down, like this, right, so the green line was like down until July, August, then it started to flatten out. Good. That is where we might have seen a bit of support coming out when the 20 days green line start to flatten out. All right, so where is the support level? Well, I think I've already drawn this level. I think somewhere around that 95 cents. So 95 cents will be a pretty good support level. All right, I think if you can stay above it, there potentially can be a reversal back up. Let's take a look at it again. Maybe what would be the resistance? So resistance used to be like about $1 to 105, but it seems like we are attempting to break this 105 to maybe even the 110. So I think there are some signs of a reversal in the short term, but we need to firmly break some of the price levels. So I think for Food Empire, you can put it in your watch list to get more confirmation, preferably if you can stay above this 105 or maybe even go above 110. Right? I think $1.10 would be a very key psychological resistance level. Why? Okay, let me explain to you, right? Why 110? Look at this, right? $1.10 right over here. That is also where the 200 days moving average line is, right? And if you look back at 110, you can see it was also the support level where it broke down in May. All right, and if you look back some more, right over here, you can see that the 110 was also a very key resistance level as well, somewhere in 2023, right? Look at this, came down, we broke above it. So resistance has turned into a support right now, and now it is back to a resistance again. So I think if we can cross above that 110, right, it goes to like 110 or 1.11, 1.12, we stay above it. I think that is where the 20 days moving average line will continue to point up, right? Continue to point up. I think that's where the reversal will be much formal, all the way up to maybe 120 to even 135, right? So that would be for Food Empire. Some signs of it turning up, but we just need a bit more confirmation to the price level, right? We need to get above some of the key levels for a confirmation of that reversal happening, and that would be the 110, right? 105 to 110, but I think clearly 110 would be a much better price level, all right? Okay, so that would be Food Empire, right? Food Empire, okay, Ken? Okay, so let's move on right now. Let's take a look at the next stock. Okay, so let's see. Wing Chong shared the live. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing the live. And guys, if you have not followed yet, right, on TikTok, there should be a plus button to follow. Make sure you click on the follow button so that when we go live in the future, you'll be notified as well. And if you're on YouTube as well, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I think that there should be a plus button as well. All right, let me see how it works on YouTube, because I'm on TikTok and YouTube. Okay, let me just see, right? Yeah, so I believe there should be a YouTube plus button as well. Click on follow, right? Hit the heart shape button. Thank you so much for sharing as well. For those of you who have shared, I really appreciate it. All right, let me move on to the next stock. Okay, Ping Tanks, awesome. Thank you so much. Let's see, right? Just type the name of the stock, guys, so that we can, not the code, because sometimes I'm not too sure what's the code. There's so many codes, right? So I'm not too sure what's the code. Let me go back to Andy, right? Andy King on YouTube. You're asking about SATS, SATS, S-A-T-S, SATS services. Let's take a look at SATS. Where is it? Okay, guys, I think I've gone on for, I think we've covered like more than 15 over stocks. All right, so let's take a look at SATS right now. One of the stocks in my watch list, where is SATS? Okay. Okay, guys, you want to take note of SATS. Put a star right now, guys. This was actually one of the stocks that I got my team to broadcast to our clients this morning in Phillip Securities. I think if you're a client of mine in Phillip Securities, you probably got a WhatsApp message. Why? Why? Because for SATS, you can see that it has been in a pretty strong longer-term uptrend, I would say, since like June, July. 100 days moving average has turned up, crossed above the 200 days moving average. And we actually broke above this $3, all right, psychological resistance. So $3, look at this, right? $3 was a very key level since 2022. We have been trading below it. Look at this, right? We just touched, right? And this was below $3, the psychological level. Same thing, went below it. But somewhere, so I did a YouTube video as well. I think I covered it in my previous live as well. Finally, on the 9th of July, we went above that $3. Went up, came back down, retested the $3. So now it's like $4.04. So you can see, right? We have covered it since then. It has gone up by, I would say, 33% in about 2-3 months already, right? It looks pretty good still. I think there looks to be more upside because longer term uptrend is intact. In the short term, let's take a look at where we are, right? We will actually seeing a bit of resistance. We were actually respecting this $3.85 resistance level over the past like 1 over month. All right, you can see it came down, a couple of bearish candles, but today, right now is 404, right? So we have kind of, in the morning when we set out the note, I think it was like about 391 or something, right? It was above 385, right? So we kind of like broke the level. Note was sent out to our clients, right? So it has gone up even more. But I think this 385, let me just turn it to green in color. That would be like a new support level for now, right? Maybe 385 or maybe even 390, right? We can maybe just shift this up a little bit. I'm not too sure because it's only like 1 day. But anything above that 385 to 390, guys, this stock is another phase up. The uptrend can continue because we have got out of this 2 months consolidation to a higher phase. All right, and I've drawn the upside targets to like $4 to $4.20, but it seems like $4 has given way. We might hit to $4.20, so we might just consolidate. I think it's healthy as well if you like, consolidate a little bit up and down a while and then pump, we break $4.20, we can potentially hit higher targets, maybe revised to like $4.50 as well. All right, so that's one of the stocks that we like since 3-4 months back. All right, still on watch list, and today I've sent out a note as well because we have broken what we call the very key 385 to 390 resistance level, right? So put it in your watch list. I think we are poised to hit even higher as long as we stay above that 385. Okay, hi, let's see. Alice, thanks for joining. Who is this? Keegan shared the live. Thanks, Keegan, as well. Right, those of you who are sharing. Hi, Potato Naps, right? Peter Pan's, OCBC. We have covered OCBC as well, just now as well. And by the way, guys, this is TikTok live, but I'm streaming live on YouTube as well. So in case you missed this live show or all the stocks here, I tell you what, maybe let me just go through very quickly because some of you are asking about the same stocks like OCBC. We have actually covered that already. All right, Denise Heng, SIA. Okay, I'll just cover SIA next. All right. Okay, let me just go through very quickly, guys, the stocks that I've covered in the Singapore market so far, those stocks that you guys were asking about, right? So we have like Centurian, Centurion, Genting Singapore, STI Global, Geo Energy Resource, OCBC, Q&M Dental, Samudera Shipping, UOB, Hong Leong Asia, Mermaid Maritime, Food Empire, SATS, Services SATS, and now we're talking about SIA. All right, so those of you who have like asked about this stock, yeah, if I've covered them, you can watch the replay. The replay will probably be on my YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel, we are live streaming on TikTok and YouTube at the same time, so the replay will be on YouTube. All right, you can check out the replay for any of the stocks that I've already covered and you might have missed it, all right, because you just joined us. All right, so those of you who just joined us, welcome to this live show called Ask Me Any Stocks, that you can see right in the title over here, right below. All right, and I'm pretty much just going through the Singapore stocks that you guys want a quick opinion on. Let's dive right back. So let's take a look at SIA, right? SIA, where is SIA? Singapore Airlines. Okay, let me just put it up on my watch list. It's definitely a stock in my watch list. Where is it? Right over here. Okay, so this is Singapore Airlines, SIA. So let me just go to draw some of the very key support and resistance level. That's what I do for any single chart because it gives me a quick understanding of where we are right now in terms of those key price level, right? Where selling can happen, where we might see some buying pressure coming back again. That's why we draw those key horizontal support and resistance, right? So right over here, $6.80, definitely a resistance level. Another one right over here at about $7. That is a resistance level. So I think this is SIA. Quite clearly, you can see that the longer term trend is a bit sideways to up. Why? Because you can see the 100 days moving average and the 200 days moving average, the red and blue line. The red is still above the blue, so it's quite okay. It's slightly uptrend, slightly uptrend, up to sideways, I would say, right? But slightly up. It's not really down, all right? Because you can see since the last year we have formed higher lows. Looking at the lows got higher, and same, right? So same. So a bit of a sideways to up kind of a trend for now for SIA. Let's take a look at current prices. Could we potentially hit even lower or maybe start to rebound back up? Let's take a look. As you can see, right? This $6.80 is the resistance. We touched about 2 times and came back down. All right. So can we potentially come back down again like what we saw over here? All right, I'm not too sure, but right now, to be honest, there's some signs of the short-term trend turning down, right? Turning down. Why? Right? Well, because I think we have covered this like 20 days moving average, whereby it gives us a gauge of the short-term trend very quickly. So 20 days moving average line, it was like down in like August, right? Flatten out, started to point up, and the reversal happened. Does it make sense? So when the 20 days moving average line, I think I mentioned many times, right? When the 20 days moving average line is pointing down, I think try not to buy loud because the short-term trend is going down, even though in the longer term it might be sideways or up a little bit, but the short term is down. So we try not to buy. So right now, if you guys can help me, right? What do you think of the short-term trend, right? Is the green line kind of like pointing down? I mean, you have to bluff yourself, right? You can see the green line is like pointing down slightly. So a bit of weakness in the short term. We might potentially hit even lower. I think maybe some support around $6.40. But if this 6.40 were to give way, then we might see the green line continue to point out, right? Continue to point out, maybe something like this. And then maybe we'll hit to like near the $5.80 to $6 support. If it starts to reverse back up again, like what we see over here, right? Like over here, if this were to happen over here, great, that's where you could get the reversal. So I'm not saying that it will definitely break the 640 support and hit lower. That's not what I'm saying. But if the support were to be broken, well, the short-term trend will continue to point down, and why not wait for the short-term trend to just stabilize, see some signs of stability of a reversal, and then you maybe get back in near the support to ride it all the way back up. Does it make sense? All right, so right now, short-term trend pointing down. That's for SIA. All right, okay, so that's the next one, SIA. Let's take a look at the next stock. So we have covered SETS already, all right? SETS, Fusha, SETS long-term trend is up. I've covered SETS just now. You can watch the replay on YouTube. Okay, Tesla is a Zilla, right? We're looking at Singapore stocks. Maybe Tesla will be for the US market next time, all right? SIA is in a bad financial situation. Thanks Fusha for sharing that as well. Yeah, so there's maybe there's some announcement results out or what, and we're seeing a bit of short-term weakness. Okay, Abu Chin. Thanks Keegan for sharing the live. Really appreciate it. All right. ST Engineering, fix you later. All right, 𝐒𝐤𝐯𝐞. Okay, let's take a look at 𝐒𝐤𝐯𝐞, Zelia. Jiang Xing, two person asking about 𝐒𝐤𝐯𝐞. Let's cover 𝐒𝐤𝐯𝐞, right? YZJ. Shipbuilding. All right. Oh, it looks pretty messy. Let's take a look. All right, so this is 𝐒𝐤𝐯𝐞. Okay, one of the stocks that we like, to be honest, since last year. All right, pretty strong uptrend. I would say since last year, right, forming higher lows. We can also draw an upward sloping, very nice, very firm upward sloping channel support line. And in fact, it got even steeper in May when we broke certain resistance like the 180 to $2. So you can see the uptrend actually started to push even higher, right? So longer term uptrend is intact. In the short term, we actually saw some consolidation. Look at this, right? What I mean by consolidation. So you can see it consolidates sideways for a month, pump, consolidates, pump, consolidates, pump. Then now it consolidates, and then now we are in a wider consolidation. So that is fine, because as it consolidates, it gives you an opportunity to get in near the support level. But the point is that you must try to get in near the support level when the longer term trend is up. So don't buy near the support if the trend is down. We only want to think about getting in when the longer term trend is up, or at least it's showing some signs of a reversal. All right, so let's take a look at what is happening for 𝐒𝐤𝐯𝐞. Let me go to draw some very, very key, right, price level. I think that would be the $2.75 and maybe the $2.20, maybe $2.20 to $2.30. You can see, right, we started to see a rebound, quite a bullish candle right over here. This is what we call a hammer. I think last week we got a hammer right over here from 230 to 240. So anything near 230, not even 220, I think 230 to 235 to 240, I think that's where some very heavy buying pressure, bargain hunting, and comeback. You can see that's where we have seen some very strong rebound from, right, all the way up to 275, and then we came back down, right? So the range is about 230. Right, look at this, like selling down. So the range is like 230 to $2.75, right? You can see the short-term trend. The green line, it is just sideways. So that is, I would say, a sideways consolidation, right? Where the longer-term trend is up. So I think it's okay. I think it looks okay. And in fact, when we went to like 230, right, 240 last week, you can see very bullish candle. We rebounded and then we gone up again, right? So I'm not too sure whether we go back down again, but this is one of the stocks that I watch this. If you can stay above 230 or maybe on dips near 240, you could time your entry to get in, all right, to write this consolidation. Of course, if we were to hit even higher, we need to break this 2.75, right? 275 would be a very key resistance level. We want to break above it, and that's where you can see it move higher to the next phase, maybe to $3 to $3.20. Upside targets could then be revised. But right now, let's just keep 275 as a resistance that we want to respect, all right? Okay. Rookie, you work as an engineer. No, I'm not an engineer, all right? I'm a broker, all right, trader and a trainer as well. We do conduct some trainings as well, all right? Can attend one of those live webinars that we have in the future, all right? Okay, so I hope I've covered this stock, 𝐒𝐤𝐯𝐞 Shipbuilding. Thanks for following. Hello, all right? Which trading platform you recommend? So, Fusha, I'm actually a broker, all right, in Philip Securities Podium's trading platform. So those of you who are clients of mine, as I mentioned, that's where we do share some of those ideas by WhatsApp daily to our VIP clients. So if you're not yet a client, check it out. The link in bio on my TikTok channel. Click on it, check it out. And that's where you can find out how you can get some of those top ideas by WhatsApp much faster, live daily for free. In fact, many of the stocks that we covered, some of you guys are asking about, we actually share them with our clients like SETS, like the bank's OCBC as well, right? Centurian as well, we covered it. Right, so do check it out, the link in my bio to find out how you can become a VIP client of mine in Philips Securities, and no additional cost. You get some of those services, especially if you are trading and then you don't get any service from your own broker, all right? Nobody send you anything or ideas or videos or WhatsApp. Nobody, all right? It's like a hotline. Check it out, all right? The link in bio, check it out. Okay. Thanks for sharing, Keegan. Let's see. Wilma, ST Engineering, Sheng Siong as well. Okay, let me just go back to YouTube. Let's see. Hi Joshua, Value Max, and Wilma. Okay, let's just cover very quickly. Wilma, say some of you are asking. Peter Pan, you're asking about Wilma as well. All right, so I'm just looking at the chat messages from YouTube and TikTok to see, you know, what a lot of people are asking about. Let's see Wilma. Okay, let's take a look at Wilma. So this is Wilma. I would say a bit of a downtrending stock since like 2023 last year. You can see forming what we call lower highs. So, you know, probably don't want to buy, or I don't want to buy last year because lower highs, moving averages, red and blue line both pointing down, right? Try not to buy in a downtrend because you can go from like 390 to 360 to 350, 340, 320 to $3, right? So we don't want to buy when it's a downtrend. We only think about buying when there are signs of a reversal. And when could a reversal come? What are some signs of the reversal happening? Well, right over here, it seems like it has come, all right, because we have finally, who is asking about Wilma, right? So for Wilma, let's see who's asking about Wilma. Do we have Joshua asking about Wilma, right? And Peter asking about Wilma as well, right? So we can see Wilma, we have actually broken up above this downward sloping channel resistance, so above the 320 level as well. So that's the first sign, right? First sign of uptrend reversal. Also the 320, a little bit of a resistance. We have went above the 320. So I think it looks quite okay. It looks quite okay. There are some signs of the reversal coming back. And taking a look at the 100 days moving average. Remember guys, we always focus on the 100 days moving average, the red and the blue line. Can you see guys, right over here? It hasn't happened yet, but can you see that the 100 days moving average line is starting to slope up, potentially crossing back above the blue line, all right? If that happens, so let me just like try to extrapolate, or let's assume that this happened, right? You can point up, this is the red line, all right? So I think if you can stay above the 320 or maybe pushing above 350, this will happen, all right? The red will go above the blue, and you know, both will eventually start to turn up, and that would be the confirmation, all right, of the longer term trend reversal in terms of the upwards direction. So I think, yeah, put in your watch list. I think you can stay above 320. Let me just change this 320 to green in color because down there is a support level, all the way to like 350. I think the range is 320 to 350. This is Wilma. All right, this is Wilma, 320 to 350. Yeah, some signs of a reversal, right? So that is kind of like the range. For BHO, you want to try to get near 320 to 330, you can consider as well, right? But just have a plan, right? Just have a plan in case we break down below 320, maybe have a stop loss because that's where you know, the downtrend could actually continue back again. All right, okay? Okay, bro, you trade gold? No, right? Pretty much focus on stocks, right? Singapore stocks, US stocks. That's pretty much my forte, all right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. That's for Wilma. ST Engineering, please. Fix later. Let's cover ST Engineering since you said please. All right. All right. ST Engineering. Okay, those who say please, then I'll try to cover. I'll give a bit more since you're so polite. So fix later, ST Engineering. All right. So let's go on. Okay. Oh, it seems like I've drawn some targets. So I think this is on the stocks in my watch list. Let's take a look at it. So I think not too bad, guys. One of the stocks that you want to put in your watch list. In fact, we have been covering this since a few months back. We have shared with our clients as well in Philips Securities, with my mentees as well. So longer term uptrend is intact. You can see we have been consolidating each time. So why do I like stocks like this? Well, you can see that the longer term uptrend is intact, and while the longer term uptrend is intact, we were actually consolidating and pushing higher, and we break to a new high. And then when we break to a new high, the support actually gets higher. So let me just go to show you what I mean. So you can see the support used to be at here, right? $3.60, and then the support became higher at $3.80, and the support became higher at $4, all right, and then the support became higher at around $4.10, all right. So the support become higher and higher, and then become at $4.40, and right now it's at $4.60. Can you guys see? Right, so you can see the support It's actually becoming higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Now it is at $4.60, I would say, support level. So I think the longer term uptrend is intact. The range is quite clearly from 460 to 480. I don't know. It seems like it likes to do this 20 cents range, right? You can see you take from here, you can just like move down, right? It's like a 20 cents range each time. So yeah, now it's 460 to 480. I've set my alerts. I think if you go above the 480, you know, just like 483, 482. So I set my alerts. So once it does happen, ding 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 ding, my phone will ring quite a bit of time. All right. So that's what I do. All right. So you want to time your entry, you can try to time your entry maybe near the support level, near the 460, right? 460, 465, 66, 60 something. All right. I think potentially that's where some bargain hunting can come back again. So that is ST Engineering, one of the stocks that we like. Very firm uptrend in longer term. Support has been found higher and higher each time. We consolidate, we break higher, and we consolidate higher, right? So that is a very healthy and a very sustainable uptrend, right? And that's where, you know, it is okay if we see some consolidation. I would prefer a stock like this because as it consolidates, first of all, it gives you an opportunity to get in at you know, slightly more attractive price, at a slightly lower price. But if it just keeps on moving up and up and up, I think you want to buy also cannot buy, right? Because you'll be chasing it. But right now, if it consolidates, it gives you an opportunity to buy, you know, in an uptrend at a slightly attractive price. That's number one. Number two, it gives you an opportunity as well, all right, to get in while it stabilizes as well. Because, you know, as it consolidates at a higher price level, it just means that buyers are out to support that higher price level. It doesn't go back down to the previous support. You know, it just goes back down a little bit to that higher support, and buyers are prepared to buy at a more expensive price. So that is a positive as well. So this is what we call like a healthy and a sustainable uptrend. So ST Engineering, you can put this stock in your watch list as well. Not too bad. One of the stocks that we covered as well to our VIP clients a couple of months back, started to push a little bit higher. Okay, so I hope I've covered on like ST Engineering already. Do you do fixed to later? Do you do trading? Yes, we do. We do have some webinars. All right. So fixed to later, maybe just click on my link in bio if you're on my TikTok channel. All right. Just download my free trend trading report. Check out how you can become a VIP client of mine in Philips Securities for free. As I say, that's where we do share some of those ideas live by WhatsApp daily. All right. For those of you who are clients, you probably receive them. All right. If not, just reply my email or something. All right. And my team will check. All right. So check it out. All right. Check it out. Let's move on. So do you do trading? Yes, we do. All right, so we have kind of like stopped like the webinars already, but we do have some webinars. So check it out. Just be on my email list. Once there are any new webinars that will be out, we'll send you an email. You can, you know, register for those free webinars to learn a bit more on the one good trend strategy. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Dave Franken. I think some of you are asking about Franken. Let's take a look at Franken. Let me write down. So we have gone on for more than an hour. All right, let me just go ahead to look at Franken. So I'm just going through very quickly, guys. All right, Franken, let's take a look at it. So this is Franken. Well, I would say for Franken, right, one of the tech stocks that we like actually since you know, last year, very strong uptrend. It was like moving up from like 80, 90 cents all the way to like 160. But unfortunately, somewhere around like February, March this year, there were some signs of the trend turning down, right? And if you look at the 20 days moving average line, as I say, right, if the short-term trend is to turn down, price below it, it breaks certain support level as well, right? Maybe just get out because that's where we could see some weakness. You can see, right, that was where in March we saw Franken selling down, and then 20 days rebounded, price went up again, and we were back to this same $1.70 resistance, and then the 20 days moving average line sloped down again, right? So you can see once it sloped down, it just all the way down. So I think for Franken right now, you can see that there are some signs of the downtrend forming in the longer term. Why? Because this 100 days moving average, the red line, you see has crossed down below the blue line. So I think we have mentioned many times, right? We want to see the red above the blue, both pointing up. Pretty strong uptrend in the longer term. But right now, over the past 1 month, because we have consolidated below this 170 and even below this $1.40. So we might have found another resistance right over here at 140. All right, not even 170. Now 140 is a resistance. We cannot even get above the 140 over the past 2 to 3 months. So 140, you know, we broke. It was a bit of a support. We broke down, retested, and now we're still below it. So I think it stays below 140. To be honest, a little bit weaker, a bit of a downtrend still. All right, I'm not too sure whether the downtrend can continue, but you know, if we just stay below 140. It just looks a bit weaker. If you can go above 140, great. That is where there might be a confirmation in terms of the reversal back up. But anything below it, unfortunately, it just looks a bit weaker. All right. So support-wise, you can see, right? The 20 days moving average line, this green line. If you ask me, can you guys see that this green line is pointing down and price below it? So short-term trend is down as well. So I think just a little bit weaker for now, right? A bit weaker for now, all right? Probably don't want to buy, all right? If you really want to buy, yeah, maybe you just wait for the 20 days moving average line to just stabilize, right? And then that's where you could think about getting in. Maybe the support would be anywhere from 110 to 115. I think that is potentially where we have seen some rebounds coming back right up here. Rebound. Right now, maybe we might see a bit of rebound there. Hopefully the 20 days, the green line starts to rebound from there as well. Yeah, you could get it, right? But just have a plan, right? Just have a plan to stop loss maybe below 110 or something. If that were to break down, we could see the downtrend continue. All right, so that is for Franken. Okay, let's move on, all right? So do me a favor, guys, go to tap the heart-shaped button, all right? Heart-shaped button. I think not too sure whether you guys can see this, but no, go to tap the heart-shaped button. Click on the follow button as well. Click on the follow button as well. If you have not yet followed me, so that when we go live, thank you guys for those of you who have tapped the heart-shaped. Hopefully, I mean, if I've covered your stocks, hit the share button as well, so you can reach out to more people. All right. Mrs. Free SG, how about Genting Singapore? I've covered Genting Singapore already, Mrs. Free. All right, so you can watch the replay on YouTube. We are live on TikTok and YouTube at the same time. So on YouTube there will be a replay. You can check it out. All right. Okay, thanks for following, Aris, Dabaraja, thank you as well. Bo followed, thank you so much. Samudera Shipping DFS, we have actually covered that already. All right, that is like stock number 10 or 11. All right, so check out the replay as well. Okay, I tell you what, let me just do a quick recap since some of you are asking about stock. We have covered like more than 20 stocks. Let me just say the names out very quickly so that you will not ask about the same stock again. All right, and then you can ask about new stocks. Okay, so let's cover it right now. Very quickly, I've covered like Centurian, Centurian, Genting Sing, STI Global, Geo Energy, Resource, OCBC, Q&M Dental, Samudera Shipping, UOB, Hong Leong Asia, Mermaid Maritime, Food Empire, SETS, SIA, 𝐒𝐤𝐯𝐞 Shipbuilding, Wilma, ST Engineering, Franken. All right, how many stocks is that? I don't know. Right, so yeah, so let me know what are some of the stocks that you want a quick opinion on. Let's take a look. So HOKIT, 𝐒𝐤𝐬, iFast. Okay, let me do my best. Okay, Centurion done already. All right, okay, let's take a look. How about 𝐒𝐤𝐬? Let's look at 𝐒𝐤𝐬. All right, okay, 𝐒𝐤𝐬. One of the stocks that came into and watch this. I take a look, guys. I think for 𝐒𝐤𝐬, if you are a VIP client of mine in Philip Securities, we actually shared this stock. You know, just recently. You know, it was like staging a pretty good uptrend, and we were actually in a consolidation mode from 0.34, so very strong consolidation. You get this right for like about 3 weeks. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Pam, right over here, right? We broke the 0.38 resistance level, and there were some upside targets that were drawn actually all the way to like 40 cents to like 50 cents. So you can see like more than 30% upside is hit our targets. And to be honest, that's where we actually expected some profit taking. So on that day, you can see 3 days back on Wednesday, we actually attempted to break above that 50 cents resistance level, all right? Went all the way up to a high of 55, and then sellers came back and we closed somewhere in the middle. So this is what we call, I mean, just a little bit of a advanced part. This is what we call like a doji candle, and especially if you sit near like a major resistance level, like the 50 cents, that is potentially where we could see a potential reversal in price. So it seems like that's what's happening over the past 2 days. Thursday, today is Friday, you can see we are pushing back down below the 50 cents. So I think just let it stabilize. I mean, we've gone up by not like 5%, right? More than 30%, right? From here when we first covered it all the way up, more than like almost 30%. So I think it's normal to see some profit taking. Let it just come down a little bit, stabilize a little bit, maybe see a new support coming out. I'm not too sure where will be the support. It could be near 45, it could be near 44. Right over here, maybe, right? 44 to 45, stabilize a little bit, and then, you know, that could be where we might see a bit of a rebound. But right now, because of this reversal candle, unfortunately, we are seeing a bit of a retracement, all right, near 50 cents coming down. So I think if you have got in and ride it, I think it's good to, you know, lock in some profits as well, right? You know, take some profits. I mean, it's more than a 20-30% upside gain. Okay, Ken? So this is 𝐒𝐤𝐬. For those of you who are asking about 𝐒𝐤𝐬, all right, let me just write down. Okay, let's take a look at, so 𝐒𝐬𝐤, guys, let's take note, is one of the stocks that I shared with VIP clients of mine in Philips Securities, I think last week, right over here when it really started to move up. Let me go ahead to show you. Yeah, right over here, let me just go to show you very quickly. So these are some of the messages that we broadcast out to our clients. You can see this was last week, alright, when we broke that 0.375 upside targets were drawn all the way to 50 cents. So you've gone up, right, 30% upside targets right over here, alright, and we have gone up, and then of course we have seen some profit taking as what I've shown you just now, right. This is what we have sent out to our clients, right, in Philips Securities. So as I say, if you're not yet a client in Philips Securities, you don't get any of these ideas daily by WhatsApp from your own broker. You have no idea who is your broker. You're just logging into your trading account, your platform, some mobile app. Nobody send you anything or something, right? Just check it out. The link is in my bio. Find out how you can become a VIP client of mine in Philips Securities for free, so that you don't miss out on some of those top ideas that we actually send out daily for free and no additional cost. All right? Okay. Let's take a look at the next one. 𝐶𝐢𝐯𝐞, Susan. So this just hanging there, guys. I know some of you are asking on other stocks as well. So I'm looking at like YouTube and on TikTok as well, because there's some asking on YouTube, some asking on TikTok. All right. Okay, so I hope I've covered your 𝐒𝐬𝐤. I hope that helps. Let's take a look at 𝐶𝐢𝐯𝐞. Okay, well, I think not too bad. 𝐶𝐢𝐯𝐞 has been in a pretty, I would say, good uptrend reversal since like July last year. 100 days moving average crossed up above the 200 days moving average. So red above the blue, all right, you can see, right, slowly moving up. Let's see in the short term. So a bit of a weakness in the short term. You can see 20 days moving average line. In May, it was like down, all right, and then we saw a reversal, and then it started to rebound back up. Same thing, right, 20 days moving average line pointing down. So longer term trend is up right now. Short term trend, you can see it is down right now, right now. So I think let it stabilize first. Maybe let's head down to the next support level. Let's see where could be the next support level. Maybe around the one, let's see, right, so somewhere over here. I think we are pretty much back to this support level. It was a resistance turn support around the 142 level here. Resistance, oops, sorry. So a bit of resistance. You can see broke above it, went up, came back down, retested, and now we are back to this. I would say maybe 140, like 140 to 142. That seems to be a pretty good support level. All right, over here, I think if this green line, all right, this green line now it's pointing down, so a bit of weakness in the short term, fine. All right, not normal. Let it go down a bit more, stabilize. It starts to flatten out and maybe point up like what we see over here. Good. That could lead the reversal all the way up, maybe to the 155, right? So this could be the upside targets. I think from 140. Let's just say 140 all the way to 155. So this is 𝐶𝐢𝐯𝐞. Yeah, not too bad, right? Longer term uptrend in check. In the short term, a bit of selling. Let it head down a little bit more to the support level. Wait for the reversal in the short term to happen. Get back in to write the reversal. All right, okay? So that is for 𝐶𝐢𝐯𝐞. Okay, let me move on. Let's see. SIA, I think we have covered like SIA already on top, right? So we've covered SIA. You can check out the replay on YouTube later. Sembcorp Industry, Alfred, Susan, thank you, awesome. Sembcorp Industry, where is it? Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at Sembcorp Industry. Okay, so this is Sembcorp Industry. So one of the stocks that we like as well, and if you have been following me, I think I sent out a note as well to my clients when we broke this very, very key level. So you can see, right, guys, Sembcorp Industry is in a sideways trend in the longer term. Why? Well, just by looking at the red and blue line, you can see both of these red and blue line since last year, right? It is just like moving sideways. So longer term trend is sideways, all right? So if it's sideways, then we would have like what we call a range. Like, sideways from when to when, right? That's the range. So what is the range? Well, the range quite clearly from 440 to 580, right? Quite clearly, you can see, right? Go down and up, down, up, all right? And I'm not too sure whether it will like go down again, all right? Whether it will go down again, but that is kind of like the range that we are seeing, right? From 440 all the way to $5.80, right? That is the range for Sembcorp industry, right? And just take note that when we actually headed there somewhere in August, right? I sent out a note because we actually broke this very key resistance. So we were actually going down, down, down. You can see the green line was pointing down, 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 flatten out. And when we saw the green line, 20 days moving average line pointing up, plus we broke the 480 resistance. That's where some upside targets were drawn, all right, all the way up. So those of you who have rode it, all right, for my clients, great, all right. It's good to take some profit near the 580 to 560 resistance. That is where, as I say, selling is coming back, because we have seen selling over here, all right, same thing over here. It seems like it's happening again, and you can see right now that the 20 days moving average line is starting to point down. I mean, can you see, guys, the 20 days moving average line, right? This green line, it is starting to point out. So a bit of short-term weakness. It seems like we are pushing away from that 560 to 580 resistance. We might be making our way back down again. So don't want to buy now. Don't want to buy now because it just could be going down and down and down. All right, let it stabilize. Maybe let it come all the way, to maybe over here at 480, or maybe even lower at 440. I don't know where, but if it comes down, it stabilizes. You see the short-term 20 days moving average line pointing up, back up again, like what we saw over here. Yeah, that could lead you to the reversal back up. Does it make sense? All right, so this for Sembcorp industry. A bit of weakness in the short term right now, because we have kind of like broken this 540. So 540 would be a little bit of a temporary support level. You can see, right? So past 3 days, broken below the 540. That's one thing, and the green line, 20 days moving average line, is also pointing down. So two things, right? Two things saying that there could be a little bit more weakness below 540 for now. All right, so it could be 520, it could be to $5, it could be 480. Nobody knows. So you want to buy when the short-term trend is down. You guys following so far? All right. Okay, so that is for Sembcorp industry. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, Keppel. Can you do Keppel DC REIT? The Win Keppel DC REIT, Keppel. All right, let me just. Okay, this Keppel quick one first, then we do Keppel DC REIT, all right? Keppel. Oh, this is not Keppel limit, sorry. The Keppel from Singapore, where is it? Let me just see, right? Okay, so this is Keppel. I would say a bit of a sideways movement for now, all right? A bit of resistance around the 670 to 680 level. All right, you can see this is the resistance, came down. Now a bit more sideways, a bit of weakness in the short term. You can see the 20 days moving average line starting to point down as well. All right, so I think the range is like 640 to 680. All right, let me just draw this, 640 to 680, something like this, right over here, right? But just take note, guys, as I mentioned just now, we may, if you were to break, like, because now the 20 days moving average, the short term trend is letting down. If you were to break the 640, right, take note, we could potentially see weakness, all right, in terms of the downside all the way to like $6 to 580. So that's for Keppel, right? Keppel. So yeah, a bit of weakness. Hopefully the 640 support holds. If not, just take note that that's where more selling can happen. All right, and this 20 days moving average line will point out even more. Okay. Let's take a look at another one. Keppel DC REIT. Who is asking about Keppel DC REIT? Let's see. Keppel DC REIT. Win, right? Keppel DC REIT. Let's take a look. Okay, not too bad, huh? Okay, so this is one of the stocks. You've seen I've drawn some upside targets. So one of the stocks in our watch list actually, all right, and very firm uptrend. You can see I've actually drawn this upward sloping channel support line, forming higher lows. So the REITs, if you have been following the market over the past like 2 months, since 18th of September, whereby we got the first rate cut, right, by the Federal Reserve by 0.5%. Even before that, right, we have seen strength in the REITs because many of these REITs, they're borrowing heavily, all right, and whenever there's rate hikes, the REITs sort of quite heavily about 1-2 years ago. But now we talk about rate cuts, that's where we are seeing strength in the REITs. Of course, not all REITs are good. Some of the REITs are still going down. Some are showing signs of reversal. Some are already reversing and going even higher. All right, Keppel DC REIT is one of those that have really shown signs of reversal since July. All right, you see 100 days moving average line has already crossed up above the blue line, right above the blue, and we will consolidating actually from about 210 to 230, right? So that was actually the consolidation range we follow, right? 210 to 230. But over the past few days, not too bad, right? Over the past few days, you can see that we have actually got out above the $2.30 resistance. Now it's 233. So we are still above the 230, right? So that's a good thing. Let me just turn this red line to green in color. All right, so that would be like a new support level. I think if we can stay above that 230, upside targets could be revised. So it seems like we like to do this range, right? From about 20 cents range, you can shift it all the way up here. That could be the range, right? Maybe all the way to like 250 to 260. That would be 𝐒𝐿𝐷 series. One of the stronger uptrending rate. I think not too bad. We are pretty much heading back to our previous high. So that was our previous high. You can see 260. That was where we have seen selling in 2021 and 2020. Look at this, right? Selling, 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 selling. All right, and we go all the way in front, right over here. Pam. It's pretty much back to this 260. So I think anything near 250 to 260, that's where some selling can happen again. All right, so this 𝐒𝐿𝐷 series, not too bad. One of the REITs that is in my watch list. The uptrend looks good. Over the past few days, we have reached a certain resistance level. We have been trading below for the past 2 months. It looks poised to hit even higher above the 230 new support level. All right. Okay, so I hope that helps. Sorry, this one, 𝐒𝐿𝐷 series. Okay, let's see, right? So I've gone on. We started at 10:30, guys. It's almost like 12. We've gone on for like 1.5 hours. So maybe just another 10 more minutes, guys. All right. So let me just go to cover a few more. Did he say SIA is bullish or bearish? It's a bit more bearish in the short term. All right, check out the replay. We have covered that stock already. Okay. Win, thanks bro, awesome. Thank you so much, Win. All right. Thanks for sharing as well, guys. Dan Parker, thanks for sharing. For those of you who have shared the video, I really appreciate it. All right, make sure you click on the follow button at the top, right? Click on the follow button so that when we go live in the future, you will know as well. All right. Wix Barco followed. Thank you so much. Yen joined. Edric followed. Mela followed. Awesome. All right, joined. Thank you. Jimmy followed. Okay, let's take a look at sets. We have covered sets already. All right, covered sets already. Check out the replay. Let me see. 𝐒𝐿𝐷. Did I miss anything? UOL. I think some of you are asking about UOL. Okay, let's check out UOL very quickly. UOL group. Where is it? Okay, I would say UOL probably don't want to buy. All right, so you can see quite clearly, guys, that this stock is in a bit of a downtrend. The red below the blue since like 2023, forming what we call lower highs. All right, lower highs. So probably don't want to buy right now. Right, below the 580, I think it looks weak still. All right, below 580, you can see. Let's go to draw a resistance level. I think that would be like a very key resistance level for this stock that we've been trading below for more than a year. So anything below 580, right? We don't want to get in until, right? Let's assume that we were to consolidate and bam, we break above 580. The red and the blue line starts to reverse back up like some of the stocks we have covered, right? That is where we could see the reversal. That is where you could write the upside reversal. If not, we try not to buy when it's just like going down or in a downtrend. All right, so this is UOL. Okay, let's take a look at a few more. Venture. Jimmy, Venture, right? Okay, let's take a look at Venture. I hope I've covered like, a lot of stocks that you guys are asking about it already. My apologies again, guys. I'm so sorry if I cannot cover all the stocks, but hopefully I've covered like quite at least 1 or 2 of your stocks. Okay, where's Venture? Okay, over here, Venture. Let's take a look at it. $13.62, right? $13.62. Chris Food Empire. We have covered Food Empire already. Check out the replay on YouTube. All right. So this is Venture, right? I would say some support have came out right over here around the $13. Support level, can this rebounded? We neared it, rebounded. Now it's 13.62, all right? So I think there are some signs. There are some signs of the longer term trend turning up. Just by looking at the moving averages, right? Very clearly you can see the 100 days moving average has turned up in March above the 200 days moving average. And last year, you can see very firm downtrend. So we saw quite a good reversal, but over the past, 4 to 5 months, you can see that we were actually pushing up. Okay, let me just draw this for you, right? So you can see quite clearly that we were actually pushing up and up and up. Something like this, right? So very, very steady uptrend. You could have this upward sloping channel support line, right? Channel support line, so forming higher lows. But unfortunately, we went above the $14 and we kind of like broke down below this $14. So that's where you can, and when that happened, guys, can you see the 20 days moving average line started to slope down? All right, so longer term trend, I would say up, sideways to up, but short term trend since August, it has turned down because we broke below the channel support. The 20 days moving average line was down, flat, and now maybe, let's see, right now, I would say still pointing down. Agree? Look at this green line is still pointing down. So when the green line is pointing down, we try not to get in because it just shows there's a bit of weakness. Some sellers selling pressure is coming back, right? We might maybe head towards the $13.50 to $13. So yeah, let it stabilize first. I'm not too sure exactly where you head to, but somewhere over here, 13 to 13.50, that was where we rebounded one time, two times. So if we hit there, the green line starts to show signs of the stability or reversal up. That's where maybe we might see that rebound happen again. All right, so that's for venture. All right. Okay, so that's venture. Okay, let's go back to YouTube. We have 𝐒𝐲 Parkway Live, Fenling, Tan Fen Lee, Riverstone. Okay, let me just cover. Okay, and by the way, guys, all right, for those of you who have joined us, welcome to this session called Ask Me Any SG Stock. I've covered like more than 20 over stocks. Like I've lost count, right? I've lost count already. Hopefully, these are stocks that you guys were asking about. But later at the end, I'm going to share with you guys like one or two stocks that is in my watch list. All right, just maybe about 10, 20 more minutes, we'll end. Share with you guys one of the stocks in my watch list, and that is where you can put the stocks that you potentially for more upside as well. Some stocks that I like after covering the stocks that you guys were asking about. All right. Okay. Funding Riverstone. Let's take a look at Riverstone. Right. Okay. This Riverstone, so it seems like I've drawn some support and resistance. So I think for Riverstone, it is one of those actually pretty strong uptrending stocks since like last year. We have covered it, we shared it to our clients as well. It went up from like 52 to 58, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then all the way to $1. And that's where we saw a bit of a profit taking. So you can see, right, consolidate. We broke certain support like the 95 cents, and the 20 days moving average line started to slope down. All right. But over the past 1 month, you can see that now the green line, the 20 days moving average line, is starting to flatten out. Agree? All right. You can see the 20 days moving average green line has started to flatten out. So consolidation in the short term, right? And if there's a consolidation, well, what is the range that it is consolidating? Well, the range is quite clearly from about 86, I think, look at this, right? So rebound, 86 to 95. Yeah, 94 to 95, right over here. You can see that is pretty much the range. 86 to 94 to 95. That is the range. So I think the longer term trend is up. It's slightly up because you rate above the blue, but in the short term, it's still consolidating. So I think if you want to get in, maybe try to get in near the support level, near the 88 to 86 level. All right, 87, right? And then maybe get a bit of a rebound, about 9% upside. But ultimately, in order for the uptrend to continue, we need to break certain key levels like the 95. After 95, then of course the $1. $1 will be another level. That's where finally we are out of this, capped, out of this consolidation, we are to a higher phase. Okay, so that is for Riverstone. Funding, okay, I hope that I've covered it. Okay, 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐶 Parkway Live. So I'm now back to YouTube as well. So forgive me, guys, I'm going between like YouTube and Facebook because there's some people asking on YouTube, some asking on TikTok as well. All right, so let me go back to Parkway Live. REITs. Where is it? Here. Okay, let's take a look. So Parkway Live REIT. Okay, not too bad. I think we started to see some signs of a reversal right over here. Around the $3.70. So 370 was a very key resistance level that you can see, right? We have been trading below it since last year, more than a year. We came down, and finally pumped. Somewhere in August, we broke above the 370, right? So it seems like we got all the way up to about 430. Let me just show it. I think that is a very key resistance. 430, quite a bearish candle, and then we are starting to see weakness in the short term. You can see, right? 20 days moving average line has started to point down. So yeah, a bit of weakness. We broke certain support like the $4. So seeing some weakness in the short term. So I think in the longer term it still looks okay. Let it stabilize first. Let it stabilize. I know if you have got in and you have when we covered it, you have all the upside, the more than 15% upside, you're taking some profit. Good. Now could be a time to get in again, but not yet. All right, wait for it to stabilize. This $3.70 would be a new support level because resistance turn support. All right, so we are slowly approaching this level. It could be anything above 370. Now it's 382, right? So it could be 370 something, right? 375, 72, 74, 78. Right over here, I think that's where potentially some bargain hunting can come back again, right? So what's happened, right? It goes there, it consolidates a while for 1 week, 2 weeks, and more importantly, all right, you see this 20 days moving average line, all right? Now it's down, right? So I think it continues to point down, but if it starts to maybe just reverse back up, let me just put it in green color, right? I'm just guessing that it will happen, right? So if that can potentially happen, that is where you could time your entry to maybe even get in to ride the reversal all the way back up, where now not just the longer term trend is up, but the short term trend has also started to reverse back up. Does it make sense? Right now, just be a bit more patient, a bit more patient when the short term trend is down. Follow so far? All right, okay. So that is for Parkway Live REITs. Okay, let me move on. Dixon, right? I think you're asking, do you only do technical analysis or do you also do fundamental analysis? Very good question. Of course, we focus on both, right? My forte is in technical analysis. We have this strategy called the One Good Trend. So click on the link in bio, attend one of those free webinars in the future, be on my email list. That's where I'll share a little bit more on the One Good Trend strategy, which is a bit more technical in nature. But doesn't mean we look at the technical, means we just totally ignore the fundamental. No, right? We also focus on the fundamental analysis, right? But we use certain tools to help us in that, right? To have a quick opinion on the stock in a fundamental perspective, right? But I think it's important to know both, because if it looks good fundamentally and also technically, it's harder to go wrong, right? So I hope that answers your question, Dixon, right? So I think both is good, but for entry and exit in terms of timing, where to get in and what, then that is for technical. Because fundamental, it just say it's a fundamentally strong stock. Like, okay, it's a buy, but then you never say buy where, all right? It's like buy today, buy tomorrow, buy when the price drops some more tomorrow, or what's happening, right? So fundamental don't actually share that. It just shows that the stock is fundamentally strong. It's a long-term buy, good, but then where do you buy, right? So that's where technical actually comes in. I hope that makes sense, all right? Okay. Will you be covering US stocks? Not today. Today is like Singapore stocks only. All right, Singapore stocks I don't want to mix up, right? So maybe the next one you cover like US stocks, all right, Win? Let's take a look at, thanks for joining as well. KK joined, Pacific Radiance. Okay, one more com. Chi-Seng on YouTube, you're asking about VCOM, right? VICOM, VCOM. Let's take a look at VCOM. So this is VCOM. I would say VCOM, a bit of a sideways consolidation. It used to be a downtrend since like last year, all right, downtrend. But right now, it seems to be a bit of a consolidation from like 125 to 140. Let me just go to draw this very key support and resistance. So that's what I do for every single stock, because it gives me an idea of where we are right now in terms of the price level. So you can see the range is 125 to 140. So nothing much. I think if you want to get in, maybe try to get in near 125. That's where we have seen support since last year, almost a year. All right, but in order for the upside for the uptrend to really play out, I think this 140 level needs to clear out. If that happens, then we'll see all the moving averages in the long term turn up, and then that would be where prices can slowly push higher as well. All right, above 140. All right, 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐶, thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it as well. Thank you so much, 𝐒𝐭𝐶. Okay, so I've covered like Sembcorp, right, 𝐒𝐭𝐶? Okay, that is for VCOM. I think Chi-Seng, you're asking about VCOM, right? Got a lot of echo. Oh my god, I'm not too sure why, but okay, I'll check out the replay later to see where's the echo. But maybe it's my mic. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. All right. Okay, let's move on. Okay, maybe it's about 10 more minutes. What time frame do you usually look at? Fix what time frame? So normally I focus on the daily daily time frame, right? Because we are not doing like day trading, or like in our 5-10 minutes buy sell, right? This is not. If you look at the way I analyze in terms of our entry and exit target, it's about swing to maybe position trading, a couple of weeks, maybe up to 1 or 2 or 3 months. I mean, depending on the stock, you can go higher, then even better. So we look at a daily time frame, that is good enough. One candlestick is 1 bar. All right, one candlestick is 1 bar. That's what we are focusing on. Okay, Ken? Okay. So guys, do me a favor, go to tap on the heart-shaped button, tap on the heart-shaped button so that you can give me some love, all right? And also, if you have not yet followed me on TikTok or YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. There's a button at the top, right? Click on it so that you will be notified when we go live, all right? Any advices on day trading for NVIDIA? Okay, day trading is not really my forte, so I'm afraid I'm not really able to advise on that. All right, we are more on swing to position trading, but I think for NVIDIA, just a very quick, I think NVIDIA seems to be very popular. I did a YouTube video on NVIDIA. Let's take a look at it very quickly. I think NVIDIA, check it out on my YouTube channel. I did a video on NVIDIA. I think the 140 would be a very key level. All right, this is a side track. So 140, if we can attempt to hold above it over the next 1 or 2 weeks, I think that would give it much more strength for the next phase all the way to 150 to 160. So I think longer term uptrend is intact. The short term is good as well, but the 140, we just need to stay above it, all right? It seems like each time we sell down, buyers are coming back up to push it up again. You see, right? Yesterday, we went all the way down and we managed to close above 140, right? So that's a sign of strength, but just a bit more stability. But I think NVIDIA is not too bad, right? So looking at more swing to position trade, targets could be all the way to 150 to 160. I think this is one of the stocks that is in our watch list since last year. Okay, Ken? So, okay, Ken? Okay, let's move on. Next one, we have 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐯, Marco Polo Marine. No, sorry, not Zan. Marco Polo Singapore stock, right? Here, Marco Polo Marine. Let's take a look. Okay, Marco Polo Marine. I would say that this stock is pretty volatile. You can see, right, it goes up and down a bit more. I would say the longer term trend is up since last year, but over the past 4 to 5 months since May, quite clearly we have broken some of the key support levels. Like over here, we've broken down the 0.065 support. 20 days moving average line also started to turn down, right? And you see we just sold all the way down, right? So a bit weak below that 0.065. In fact, I think 0.060, some resistance is coming back. Let me just turn this to red in color. All right, so red, all right, that's where we're seeing a bit of resistance. So I think longer term trend just looks a bit shaky. Anything below 6 cents, just be a bit more careful. I mean, I would prefer if it goes above that 6 cents. I think that's where there will be a better sign of a reversal back up. But right now, below 6 cents, now it's what, 0.057, which is below 6 cents. So just a little bit more confirmation required, right? Even though we have seen the 20 days moving average line finally flattening and pointing up a bit. Okay, good. It looks slightly better in the short term, but I think to get more confirmation, we need to break another resistance, and that would be the 6 cents. All right, for Marco Polo. If not, we might just go to 6 cents and then come back down again. Okay, Ken? So that is for Marco Polo Marine. Okay, how to make quick cash? I think the main thing is that we don't want to go on with the mentality like this is a get-rich-quick scheme, all right, to make quick cash, like 4D, like gambling. No, this is not how it works, right? One thing about stock market, if for those of you who have been following my trading, all right, it's not about just wanting to make 5,000 or 10,000 a day and then hopefully you make more and then next day you lose it all, right? It's not like that, right? It's about consistency, right? It's about consistency. It's about getting trades, 5 trades, 10 trades, 20, 30 trades, right? In a consistent manner, in a proven strategy. You use it, you buy, you sell. There's a reason why you buy, there's a reason why you sell, and you win more than you lose. And when you win, you win more. When you lose less, right? So this is how it all adds up, right? And that's how you make money in the long term, right? So it's not really about get rich quick, how to make quick cash. Once you go with the quick cash mentality, right, I can tell you guys, then most of the time you will not do well in the stock market because there's no plan about it, all right? There's no plan. You just buy and hopefully you make some money, all right? You don't know when to get out. You don't know when to stop loss. You don't even know what you buy. You don't even know where you can hit to. You don't even know whether it's an uptrend, downtrend, like what we have discussed, right? Whether the trend is up or down, in the short term up or down, whatever, right? You have no idea. So it's just like gambling. So don't do that, right? So it's based on the proven strategy, all right? And that's what you want to do. Okay, can you analyze on SIA, Vernon? All right, Vernon, we have covered SIA already. You can check out the replay on YouTube. All right, so we have covered quite a bit of stocks. Okay, I tell you what, let me just do a quick recap. I think we have mainly come to the end on this Ask Me Any SG Stocks live show already. So let me just share with you guys 2 stocks that is in my watch list. All right, how many of you want me to share with you guys 2? Just type 2 in the chat, or hit the heart-shaped button, share, so that I can review to you guys 2 stocks that you can put in your watch list for maybe even more upside. All right, but before I do that, let me just cover, right? I'll just read out the names of all the stocks that I've covered today in the Ask Me Any SG Stocks live session, all right, today, right? So very quickly, hopefully your stocks are in there. If you miss any of it, go ahead to watch the replays on YouTube, because we are streaming live on YouTube as well, on TikTok and YouTube, so the replay will be there. Check it out. All right, so let me just say the names very quickly. We have Centurian, Seatrum, Genting Singapore, STI Global, Geo Energy Resource, OCBC, Q&M Dental, Samudera Shipping, UOB, Hong Leong Asia, Mermaid Maritime, Food Empire, SATS, SIA, right? Some of you are asking about SIA, we covered that already, right? 𝐒𝐿𝐤𝐸 Shipbuilding, Wilma, ST Engineering, Franken as well, 𝐒𝐿𝐤𝐬, Comfort Delgro, Sembcorp Industry, Keppel DC REIT, UOL Venture, Riverstone, Parkway Life REIT, VCOM, Marco Polo Marine. Alright? Okay, so that is pretty much all the stocks that I've covered today, right? Based on what you guys asked. Alright? Okay, so 222. Thanks, Kasifong, Eldrick, Jimmy. Alright, so let me go ahead to share with you guys maybe one of the stocks that you can put in your watch list. And let me see, right? That would be okay. In fact, like SETS is one of them, but let's see. Okay, maybe I share with you guys one, right? Which is this stock right over here called Bumi Tama Agri. I actually did a YouTube video on it like just last month. All right, you can see one of the stocks that is a pretty good uptrend, and let me draw this resistance level right over here. So we were actually consolidating right below this 73 to 74 resistance while in a very firm uptrend, forming what we call higher lows. Look at this, right? Higher lows since the beginning of the year. It's something like what we call an ascending triangle pattern, and we actually broke above just last week, above the 73 resistance level. Of course, clients of mine in Philips Securities were notified as well. You can check your WhatsApp for those of you who are already a client of mine. Right? If you are not yet a VIP client of mine in Philips Securities, as I say, guys, the link in my bio, check it out, click on it, check out how you can get some of those ideas for free, daily, by WhatsApp, for free, at no additional cost, especially if you're trading, you have a trading account in Singapore. I mean, you need to buy some stock, you need a trading account, right? But you're not getting any service from your own broker or what, right? Check it out, right? That's where we do share some of those ideas much faster, daily, for free, at no additional cost, alright? Okay, so this is Bumi Tama Agri. We shared it, it went up, and over the past 2 weeks, we actually saw some higher support coming back. So 7.3 would be a pretty good support, right? Because there was a resistance for the past like 5 to 6 months. We were below it, we broke above it. You know, we would actually, you know, maybe even attempt to near it and then rebound. But you can see, right, we didn't even go near it, right? Buyers have actually started to come back much higher, and we found another higher support around that 0.74, right? 0.74 to 0.745 support level, right? So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. It looks like we're actually attempting to push higher. We saw a bit of a resistance, maybe about 0.77, and seems like we are attempting. So you can see that's the range, consolidate, up, down, pump, right? Just 3 days back on Wednesday, you can see we are actually attempting to push to a new high, breaking that 0.77 resistance. Now it's 0.78. So breaking a new high, attempting to push even higher. All right, so it looks quite good. Where would be upside targets? I think maybe to 80 cents first, right? 80 cents, that could be maybe where some selling can happen again, right? Consolidate, maybe break 80 cents, then maybe go to 84, 85, all right? That would be the next upside targets. But right now, longer term uptrend is intact. A longer term uptrend very easy to see, right? It has been up since last year, looking at the red and blue line, right? But the short term trend, I think we have covered many times in terms of the 20 days moving average. The green line, obviously you can see it is still up. All right, so short term trend up, plus you break a resistance. This would now be a new support level. So that would be Bumi Tama Agri. All right, I think this looks pretty bullish still. The uptrend looks pretty intact. Anything above that 77 or maybe 74, yeah, you know, it looks like there's more legs to the rally. All right. Okay, so that's it, guys. I think I want to share SETS, but SETS has already been covered. All right, so I covered like Bumi Tama Agri, one of the stocks that you can put in your watch list as well. Okay, so I think we have pretty much come to the end of this Ask Me Any Stock live show. All right, thank you so much for staying all the way here. For those of you who have joined me from the beginning all the way to here, I really appreciate it. All right, Thank you, Patrick. Ian, very nice analysis. Thank you so much as well. Okay, thanks, 𝐒𝐿𝐸. Thank you so much. So going to do me a favor, guys, going to hit the like button as well. Hit the like button, share the heart shape button. I'll see you guys in the next live as well. When we go live, follow, all right? Hit the follow button so that when we go live, you'll be notified as well. And as I said, if you want to have some of those ideas that we covered much faster, check out the link in bio, how you can become a VIP client of mine in Phillip Securities for free. All right, and I look forward to see you in the next live show. All right, ask me any stock. So Joey here, thank you so much for staying with me all the way to the end. Signing off. All right, just let me acknowledge all of you for being here. Thanks, Michael. All right, Verse6 just joined. Sorry, we just entered. All right, Kasifong, hi. Thank you so much. Jean Ping, awesome as well. Good to see you guys here. Bye, everyone. All right, thanks, Janet. All right, thanks, Alfred. All right, see you guys. All right, so we'll go live again. I'll let you guys know again. All right, thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a good weekend. All right, bye.